I'm always ready for a war again. I'm on that road again. It's all the same. You guys ready to talk about Beta Fett? You ready to talk about some Obi-Wan? Some Mandalorian? Are you guys ready to talk about Morbius? Or should I say Snorbius? You want to talk about Snorbius? Would you like to talk about more BS? More BS from Sony? Is that what you guys want to talk about tonight? You guys want to talk about Morbius? Let there be confusion because that's what's going on. Yeah. That. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Man Cave 101 podcast, episode 3. I am one of your hosts, Abel. With us tonight is the man in the chair, Aaron. What up, Aaron?
Yo, yo.
From a land down not so under, deep in the heart of Texas, Wendeezy. Wendell, what's up?
Yeehaw.
And then with us from Speak On It Comics, we got Charles. Charles, how are we tonight?
I am doing well, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, as I said, this is the Man Cave 101 podcast, episode 3, where we will be talking about all things nerd. As always, our opinions are our own. There will be drinking, there will be smoking, and there will be good times had. So now we are going to. Oh, and there will be full spoilers on anything we talk about. So if you looked at the thumbnail, you looked at the topics before you came in, get ready because we're talking about all of it, and we're not happy about some of it. So hot takes. All right, so right now, at the top of every episode, we do a little comic corner. We go through some hot topics, hot comics of the week. So Charles is going to take us through, and let's do it. Go ahead, Charles.
Hey, thanks, guys. Okay, so we're going to start off with our first topic, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 127 by IDW. Writer Sophie Campbell, artist Pablo Tunica, and the variant covers are by Kevin Eastman himself, the man who created all this, and variant cover artist Jared Cullum. And just a little synopsis on this story. It looks like they just went through a particular battle with the a battle with the punk frogs, and they're just coming back and regrouping from that particular confrontation. And they did meet a particular doctor by the name of Jasper Barlow. They're still trying to figure out if he's a friend or foe. So it's kind of kind of a story that's take place from a big event with these turtles. And I'm pretty sure if you guys are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans, a lot of these stories here are just, they're really fantastic. It's definitely something you guys should pick up. They did bring back Jenica, which is the female Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. They did bring her back. So definitely pick it up, guys, if you guys are turtle Cowabunga fans.
Is that a Jose Canseco bat? one of my one of my I heard that line today and I'm like, I saw this comic. I'm like, I have to throw it in there.
And next, this is one of my favorites, guys. Something is Killing the Children is back. This is the new story. This has been on hiatus for a while. James Tynion is back, and he is, I can't. This one here, guys, I just been waiting for this to come back. They had a side story that they had for the Something is Killing the Children. But this here is just, this is great. If you guys have not read it, this is a great jumping on point. They do have them in trade now. If you guys want to pick it up, the original story, and this is just something that I think you guys will really enjoy. Really has some great story plots, and if you're into thrillers and if you're into kick-assery, you'll definitely enjoy this one from Boom.
Nice.
Batman Beyond the White Knight. So, for those who are not familiar, Sean Murphy has been doing some really fantastic Elseworld stories for Batman. And this is the original White Knight story was a take on the fact that what if the Joker was sane and Batman was the insane one? So it was really done well with the first series journey. They did have a part 2, and then they did a Harley Quinn storyline as well. So this is the fourth story plot here with Batman, and looks like Batman Beyond looks like a little Terry McGinnis going on in there. So this is something for all you guys who are Batman Beyond fans, definitely something to pick up and check out.
I'm all in for more Terry McGinnis.
Yes.
And one of my favorite superheroes of all time, Amazing Spider-Man. This is I believe, the last part of the Beyond stories. This is Zeb Zeb Wells, who took over, and Patrick Gleason, who is doing the cover art for, he's been doing like ridiculous, crazy art covers for the Spider-Man comics. And this is, I believe, the final conclusion of the Beyond storyline. I know that some people may not know, but they brought back Ben Riley, who was the clone of Peter Parker, which they revealed, and then they had this whole silly, maybe Peter Parker was the clone and Ben Riley was really, the real person. We won't talk about that, but they did bring Ben Riley back as a character. He is, and the story has been done very well. But this is the last part of the Beyond stories, and then I believe that in the next couple of months they're going to restart Amazing Spider-Man from issue number 1. So
Oh,
pick it up, guys.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
If you're a Spidey
Write that
fan like
down.
myself, enjoy it.
Pick
I like a collect of the covers. That is
Pick
sick.
that up.
The cover really is sick.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It almost looks like Anti-Venom, but like
Yeah,
not,
right?
Mhm, it does.
It does
I
have
like
that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Great
All right.
job.
So, like we do with every topic change, shot time. Just because
Like,
Leo's not
man.
here doesn't mean we ain't gonna do it. So,
we definitely
I just want to say one more thing before we move on to topics. Support your local comic book shops.
There we
100%. Cheers
Yeah.
to your local comic book shops. Let's
Cheers.
do it. Oh, that doesn't get any easier. Oh my god.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to be finally diving into some Star Wars. And unfortunately, Aaron's going to have to sit this one out. So sorry, but that's why he's our man in the chair tonight.
That's okay. I'm in the chair. I got
Yep.
this.
So we're mostly going to be focusing tonight on the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, as well as diving into a little expectations for some Obi-Wan Kenobi. So just as a Star Wars fan myself, and I'm sure Charles and Wendell can speak to this. We're a little damaged, but we've been getting some good stuff in the last 2 years. I believe Wendell and Charles, you will both agree with me. Yeah, I mean, between the Mandalorian, I mean, Rogue One, we're not going to talk about the sequels because we're just not going to talk about them right now.
Yeah.
I mean, just all right. So just for fun, what'd you guys think of the sequels? Just briefly, go ahead, Charles. What'd you think?
I mean, coming from, I will say this: the Force Awakens, I enjoyed that. I
Yep.
did enjoy that. I did
Mhm.
enjoy, them introducing Rey as a character on during Tatooine, and Kylo Ren as as this sort of really sort of emotional and broken type. We don't really know what who he is and why he is the way he is, and they kind of don't reveal that into the next sequel. But he's very, I find his Adam Driver, his performance as Kylo Ren was really, really done well. It
Mhm.
was, I think a lot of people was trying to compare him to Vader. I think you can't really do that. He is his own character. So I thought that the Force Awakens was a great beginning. I think where they veered off is that they try to stay too true to the original fans of Star
Mhm.
Wars,
Mhm.
and they didn't tell their story. I think they had a vision of where they were going to go with these characters,
Mhm.
and I think they maybe kind of chickened out
Right.
and didn't go the full
100%.
version, and was
Mhm.
listening to too many people, kind of the way Sony was doing with Spider-Man 3. They was listening to too many people, and then they end up changing pre-production, and that's
Yeah.
never good. That's never good.
Mhm.
Tell your version, tell your vision, even if it doesn't come out the way or to satisfy fans. I always say tell your vision, and it's not that it's not fixable,
Mhm.
because that's one thing Marvel is really good at, is fixing. things that they've done in the past.
Yeah.
But I found the movies. I didn't think they were awful. It's not like they were like god awful, like a lot of people were
Right.
saying. But it could have been a lot better. I will say that.
Yep. Wendell, hit me.
All right. So, whew. All right. So let's just put it all in the context, right? The last Star Wars movie you got was Revenge of the Sith, right? Episode 3.
Hmm.
Got some good stuff came out of that. Story was a story. It was great. I mean, I just like seeing that whole the dichotomy between Obi-Wan and Anakin and his
Hmm.
turn and how he became who he is. Like I love it. I love it.
Hmm.
You were the chosen one. I love it.
Hello there.
Hello there.
So many things.
But
Your new empire.
Yeah, like he was
Yo,
like,
I could go on for days.
it's
with
all
those
day long.
arguments.
You and McGregor's I can't wait for this series, but we'll get to that part.
Palpatine.
Yep.
No. Yeah.
The way it,
Unlimited power. All right. I'm done.
so you
Fun
had
stuff.
that, right? Then you had I don't even know how many years it was until we got The Force Awakens. I was
Mhm.
truly geeked out for that movie. I
Yep.
was like, yes, we're going there. Yes. Oh, a girl? Okay. All right, power to the people. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I was watching, like episode 4 again.
Uh-huh. That.
Okay, it hurt my feelings that they just rehashed this story that's been told already. You
Mhm.
know, I know about the kid from Tatooine already and how they went on this quest, they became a Jedi. I get all of that. That's great, gravy. But I've seen that already. I want something new. I wanted something
Right.
different.
Right.
Like why couldn't this kid come off of Naboo or something, or just
Yeah.
somewhere else, just not Tatooine. Don't redo that.
Right.
I enjoyed all the action sequences. All right,
Mhm.
like if they were real, like a lightsaber would be my favorite weapon in the world.
In the entire world.
I mean, like, listen, it was great. The story, I mean, and I think they had a lot of hiccups in there. A lot of things got changed up. You had, Han wasn't really on board to do it, and like he was like, I don't want to rehash this, but all right, you're gonna pay me, okay, sure, I'll show up. Kill me in the first movie, please. I'm done here.
Mhm.
Then you had Leia passes away. I don't know why her
Rest in
name is
peace,
escaping me.
man.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Carrie Fisher.
Seriously.
Carrie
Fisher,
Fisher,
man. Miss that
right?
woman.
OG.
So it changes up, it changes things, and I'm sure it put a rift in or just like you don't count on this to happen, and so
Mhm.
now you're like at a point where you're like, all right, we gotta get rid of all these characters now because nobody's coming back. We're missing some of the major people, so all
Mhm.
right, that's fine. Go be one with the Force, Luke, and end it.
Right.
Now Kylo Ren and Rey in that fight in Snoke's chamber. That is right there with Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar.
Oh,
For
you liked
me,
it that much, huh?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
I like.
Oh,
That's one. Yeah. Go
we're
ahead.
talking about The Last Jedi, right? That
Last
scene?
Jedi. I think
Oh,
so. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. I thought we were talking about The Rise of Skywalker. I was about to rage. But yes. That scene, like where he catches the lightsaber and just like
and
turns that
And chops
yo,
him in half. Yeah.
that is the content I'm looking for.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. But ultimately, as far as Star Wars is concerned, I don't feel like it did it justice. I feel like we should have it should have went another direction, and whatever their original thought process was, they should have stuck with that
Yeah.
and gave us something new. And if not something new, pull something from the books.
Right.
Make something from the books that's past Return of the Jedi.
Mhm.
Make it official canon. Because there's some great stories that were written. People took a lot of time and put a lot of creativity into some of these, extra stories in these books.
Right.
Grab from one of those, man. That I'd have been better with that. So, that's where I stand on that trilogy. I hope they retcon it and make it not ever happen. Multiverse of Madness is coming, so everything should change.
All right, yeah, so I'm up. Here's what like makes me rage about the sequel trilogies is that I feel like they missed an opportunity. How do you not have Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher on screen at the same time in none of those movies.
Ooh.
How do you do that? I've been thinking about this like since we started talking about having this topic, and it actually like infuriates me. Like, yeah, listen, we got some Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, we got some Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, but like, how do you not have the three OGs in the Millennium Falcon at one point? They really missed an opportunity there. And honestly, if they would have just had one scene like that, I feel like there would have been a lot of other things in this trilogy that would have been forgiven. But I agree with The Force Awakens. It's pretty much a rehashing of like A New Hope and even some like Empire stuff in there. I think Rey gets a lot of hate, but I was okay with her until the last movie where she said Rey Skywalker.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about that. I honestly love the reactions of people going, "No, where's Ben?" that actually cracks me up. I love that. But the last, honestly, Rian Johnson should never have directed The Last Jedi. Honestly, it should have just been J.J. Abrams all the way through. They should have let one director do it because he clearly had a different vision for where those movies were going. And it's like Rian Johnson did The Last Jedi. A lot of people didn't like what he did. They brought back in J.J. Abrams to kind of fix
Pixar,
yeah, and fix it is let's bring in Palpatine and make Return of the Jedi's ending completely useless, and Anakin doesn't bring Balin to the Force because Emperor didn't die. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Isn't in the comics, I believe, or in the stories or the adaptations of that Palpatine didn't, even though Darth Vader threw him down, when he was electrocuting Luke, that he knows how to transfer his body. Like he had all these different like replicas of himself, and he knew how to transfer his body energy into something else or something like that.
To be honest, I don't know much about the books. To be completely honest, but Wendell, do you? I don't know.
I mean, no, I don't know about the books either. But just talking about that leads into Mandalorian and all of those, those clone bodies they were finding all over the place, right? Yes. So that kind of tells you it's leading into that path. So they probably was going to touch on it, and I mean, we never really sorted that whole thing out.
Right.
But I think that's kind of the path they were going to run with that. So I mean, however it works out, make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Exactly. I think it's a great segue into Mandalorian because Mandalorian does a really great job at hitting a lot of these other, maybe not the sequels so much, but with they hit the Clone Wars, they hit the original trilogy. I mean, it's literally taking place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, which, like,
as they say,
honestly, this is the way. Like honestly, I didn't even know I wanted to know about the Mandalorians like that. Didn't even know until someone put, freaking Din Djarin in front of me and said, "This is your guy." And yeah, that's my guy. I mean, episode 1, he's literally building up his armor. He's doing bounty hunter stuff. He's with that one droid, like, taking up that town. And then, oh, by the way, we're gonna sneak in a baby Yoda in there. Like if you thought Yoda was baby enough, like, no, like, there's more baby. So here, take this.
Hands down, the cutest character in Star Wars history.
Well,
cuter than them little furry things in the new trilogy too.
Then you know what the new trilogy gave me that was awesome? Who was the little guy? The Boba Freak, or like the little guy?
Babu Freak.
Babu Freak. Yes. That guy was dope. That guy was dope.
That's like, dude.
That guy was dope. But listen, nothing on Grogu. No. So, but that show was just like it was incredible. Like the paces it took us through. Like, we heard the spurs after he fought what's her face, Fennec Chen, and you like thought like they're not gonna do Boba Fett right now, are they? Like you just hear the spurs and you're like, no, they're not gonna do that. And then like just the action in that show, and then like bringing in Giancarlo Esposito as freaking that was like a boss move right there.
The boss move for me was having him wield that Darksaber. I was like,
well, that dude is just one of my favorite actors. I mean Giancarlo Esposito is just he's always
He's completely out of control, and I love
Yeah.
him. Like in Breaking Bad, forget Gus. Don't mess with Gus.
Yeah.
And then like and another point I want to make too is John Favreau and Dave Filoni. Those two guys are taking us into the Star Wars future. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, obviously John Favreau, huge director, directed the first
Yeah.
Iron Man, like all these Disney movies, The Lion King, like Jungle Book, like he's just he's happy, like he's just he's
That's
the
my
guy.
That's my
And
guy.
then Dave Filoni had a hand in creating all these characters in I believe it was Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars and stuff. Like he made Ahsoka Tano. Like I think he had a hand in making Bo-Katan, Sabine Wren, like all those major characters. That's all him. That's a lot of his creations. So they bring him in, and then him and Jon Favreau just became this super team. And then you get season 2 of The Mandalorian, where they bring in live action Bo-Katan. They bring in Ahsoka, which that episode when Ahsoka just like started ripping through those guys in the woods, and then freaking the last fight and mentions Grand Admiral Thrawn, like that's what they're working towards. They're working like, you know what? Give me a trilogy with Admiral Thrawn. Give me that. I want that.
He's a trilogy all by himself. You're right.
Right. And then that wasn't enough, because then Din Djarin takes the Darksaber, and what do? They bring in Luke Skywalker at the end of season 2. So not only do they bring in Luke Skywalker, they pull a Rogue One and they literally give us the reverse Darth Vader scene.
Give me a chill box.
I'm literally sweating talking about this right now. I'm sweating because that scene has to be one of the most freaking, oh my god, it's the Rogue One scene is amazing in itself, but then they do that, like that is absolutely insane. I can't handle it. I can't. I can't. Whew, I'm sweating over here. And then we go into Boba Fett, and they reintroduce Boba Fett in Mandalorian, and he just has this one scene on that planet, and he just rolls through all the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
that's the Boba Fett I want. I don't know about you guys, but that's the Boba Fett I want. You know what Boba Fett I don't want? I don't want the Boba Fett from the first 4 episodes of the Boba Fett show. And this is just my opinion, but they turned him into Beta Fett. He was not the Boba Fett I was looking for. I understand they wanted to get through a story. Love the Sand People stuff, like all the fighting and the stuff. But when I have to see him going like a bantha, like I'm just like, it just took me. It took me completely out of it, and I just see this. I'm just like, come on, man! Like, what are we doing? But then, oh god, I think it was episode 6. Where he makes his plane out of the old Naboo freaking ship, and then flies to go see Skywalker, and Skywalker. We get a Skywalker and Grogu training scene.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was amazing.
Well, hold on. Wait. Now remember, we jumped. You just jumped.
Oh no, I jumped a lot, but I did.
And not Boba who did that. They brought in Din Djarin for that.
Din Djarin, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I don't want anybody listening to think that Boba Fett goes to see Skywalker. No.
This was Din Djarin. So this is another one of my points. This isn't the Boba Fett show. This is the Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
This is the Mandalorian 2.5. Yeah. It was like once that episode hit when Din Djarin came back, it's like it brought you back in. And like, why am I being brought in by Din Djarin? I want to be brought in by Boba Fett. I want missiles coming out of his knees, killing people. That's what I want. But that episode 6 might be the best Star Wars content we've ever gotten. I mean, you have a conversation between Luke and Ahsoka about Vader. Like a fanboy dream. How does that even happen? So yeah, like I said, my problem with Boba Fett is I feel like they didn't do enough to make him shine, and like Boba Fett needs to shine. Like I liked a lot of things from that show. I liked Cad Bane. Like I thought they did a really good job bringing him in. He was a badass. Like that was dope. I loved like I said, the whole Luke Skywalker thing, the fact that he gave Grogu a choice, Yoda's lightsaber,
Oh,
Yoda's lightsaber,
Yeah.
like
the one.
what? And listen, we all knew he was gonna ride the Rancor too on that last episode. The fight scene that Jin Darren and Boba Fett had together, loved it. It was dope. It's just I don't know. I feel like there was some missed opportunities there, and it just didn't do it for me. But it's like I said, Mandalorian 2.5. Get me to Mandalorian season 3 right now. Then that's how I feel.
Like yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about Marvel and Disney and I mean they do enough to kind of, okay, we want to appease the fans, the long-term fans that's been rocking with this for decades, right? But then it's like, okay, how do I get the new people to want to care about these characters, right? So they take time, even with that the big was it Black Chrysanthemum?
Oh yeah,
Black Chrysanthemum.
You know what I
was,
mean?
and he was
like
he was
even
dope
his
too.
journey. Like they take, it's the little moments that they take to get people to care about these characters. And I think that's what's the beauty of what they did, because if they just have them just doing all this like nasty, this, cutting up people and all that stuff from the gate, I guess they like, no. I'm going to get you to really build this universe and get people on board, where for people who like us, we know what's coming. Because we're fans of this stuff. But for people like outside of, that are just getting into this universe and want to know about this universe, they take the time to build it and get those little moments in there that make it count. And that's what I appreciate what they did with the Boba Fett show, and then just the connection with the Mandalorian and just the whole story, like you said, with Luke Skywalker and that whole getting Yoda. I'm sorry, not Yoda, Grogu, and training him in the ways of the Force and the Jedi. And I just felt that those scenes, it just added more emotion to those scenes, and
Right.
I just thought that I think they did a great job. So it's all set up for what's coming next.
Yeah, him just like force jumping Grogu, just like, hey, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. It's freaking crazy. Oh, and also Astro Law. Long story short, we don't like the sequels. We love the Mandalorian. We're okay with Boba Fett, and we're really looking forward to Obi-Wan. All right, we're not okay. We're okay with 2 episodes of Boba Fett.
I like Boba Fett. You know what? I'm coming from a Star Wars. I'm not a so-called person that saw the original trilogy when they first, came out, because my dad was not a big Star Wars fan, so he did not take me to those movies to see it like everybody else. So my first Star Wars movie was The Phantom Menace.
Oh wow! I mean, that's technically, that was mine too.
Wow.
That was technically mine.
That was what,
and the video games.
1999, right? 1999. Yeah.
And the video games.
Yo, Darth Maul with a double-sided lightsaber. Talk to me. And like,
oh my gosh,
you kill off Darth Maul, but that's a whole other thing.
Listen,
we're gonna stay focused.
Not really.
I don't know if he's dead. He might not be dead.
Yep. Oh no, he's definitely not. But Wendell, Mando and Beta Fett, talk to me.
Fuck Boba Fett. Okay.
That's a $1 in the swear jar, sir.
That's how I'm gonna put it in there. I dropped my bomb. That's it. I ain't gonna do it again. But for real. So
that's what we need here. Drop on the clues bombs for fuck Boba Fett.
But no, seriously. I think he's probably one of the most overrated characters in the Star Wars universe.
Boba Fett.
This is for me. I will be unpopular. I'm so sorry. Boba Fett did absolutely nothing to enjoy, getting his own series. He
think
showed
Chewbacca
up.
should have. You think Chewbacca should have?
I would have rather seen a Chewbacca story. I would have rather seen Chewbacca's story. How did he end up leaving Kashyyyk? How did he meet up with Han? Like, what's his background in smuggling? Like, I'd rather know that than this guy who showed up in Episode 5, standing next to Vader like he a G or something.
He had 6 lines of dialogue the entire trilogy, right? They just wanted to sell toys, so they put him next to Vader. That's what
basically,
it was. Yeah.
He took away Han, and then you die in the first act of the following movie? You didn't even die a noble way. Like if he went down, if like he went one on one with Luke and he lost to Luke. Okay, cool. I could dig it. Nah, man, you got hit in your backpack by a blind Han and fell into the Sarlacc pit, and that is your demise.
Boba Fett, where?
Really? You got beaten by a handicapped dude.
You're not wrong. You're not
So-
wrong.
No, it's I get it.
But now I'm not gonna lie. I did like Boba Fett. I was like, oh, Boba Fett, he's cool. Oh, look at his helmet. Look at he got a little rocket. Oh, he's nice. No, he actually isn't, man. That's when I was a kid though, and I grew up. You know, it's like the same analogy I tell people. Like when I was a kid, I loved Batman, but when I grew up, I understood the Joker.
Right.
Okay.
What do you guys top 5 Star Wars characters? Your favorite top 5 Star Wars characters?
Oh boy, it's Vader,
Okay.
then Han,
Okay.
then Luke, then R2. Because
Okay.
R2 is my guy. R2 is my guy. He's the only
Okay.
one who has
Mhm.
all of the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, I don't know. I mean, I'd say Lando just because it was Billy D, and I loved like he was just smooth. But that's about it. You know, he's just a smooth dude. I was
He's
like,
a
I gotta
smooth-
throw
he is
him
a
in
smooth
there.
dude.
He's a
Yo,
smooth
but
dude.
I will tell you this: they did get something right. Putting Donald Glover as like a young Lando, dope,
That was
yeah. dope.
Yeah.
I'll take
Dope.
Childish Gambino any day.
Yo, yeah. This is America, but no, listen. In no particular order. I love Luke Skywalker. He's been one of my favorites since I was a kid. Darth Maul. Listen, it was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw. Double-sided lightsaber. That's it. Sold, done. Like I'm good. I actually really liked Mace Windu. I was such a fan of freaking Samuel L. Jackson. Like the way he killed Jango Fett was just freaking dope. It just was. And listen, this is gonna be Jedi heavy probably, but listen, an Obi-Wan Kenobi, like him in the Phantom, not the Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith. Like just there's just so many moments in there where like he encaptured what I feel Obi-Wan Kenobi should be. Like he killed younglings. Like what? Like every time he spoke, like he just embodied like what I feel Obi-Wan would have been younger. Like I'm too old for these things. Like come on. Like he just killed it. He just killed it, and what that's for. And then honestly, R2D2 is just R2D2. Like honestly, if you really look at R2D2, he remembers all of it and everything.
No, you're right.
Even in Revenge of the Sith, keep the protocol, like wipe C-3PO's brain. Like okay, like
again.
But R2D2 literally remembers all of it and everything, and he's like
the
one
best
of the
characters you can't understand.
He's literally the only character that has gone like through that 50-year span, whatever it was, and literally knows all of it. He's like, yeah, I lived the Clone Wars. Oh yeah, I was through the original trilogy. Yeah, I saw fucking Rey say I'm Rey Skywalker. Yeah, I saw all that. Whatever. But but yeah. So then I guess the next thing is just Obi-Wan. Like, what do we think, right? I mean, me personally, I'm hype. We get live action Inquisitors. A little worried about the Grand Inquisitor because face kind of looks a little different. Like you don't know really how it's gonna act. Listen, that's just my preference. But listen, we have the opportunity to possibly see Qui-Gon again, or at least hear him. We have Ahsoka might come back. Like dude, what if they threw like Ray Parker, Darth Maul in there for a minute and just like gave him a second? Like
I'm not gonna
even
lie. That's possible.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Because it's during this time frame that he meets his end by Obi-Wan's hands.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, even like Samuel L. Jackson, like for like the last few years, has been campaigning to come back as Mace Windu. He wants back in. And listen, technically, Jedis fall from very, large heights and they don't die. Like I don't see a body. And I mean, I have to take this as the Marvel universe that when I don't see a body, that means they're not dead. So
right.
True.
Yeah, and then like we're getting young Luke and Leia. Like what kind of role are they gonna play in the story? Like, and then Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader. Like, are we gonna get another fight? Is Hayden Christensen gonna? Yeah, I know. Listen, are we gonna get flashbacks? Like, are we gonna get Clone War flashbacks with them in like their Clone War armor? Like, like they're gonna fight? Like, they're gonna fight. Is Hayden Christensen gonna get the high ground? Like I think back to A New Hope where Vader's like at one point I was a student and now I'm the master. Like, can they weave some way to connect like him saying that? Like there's just so I want it all. I want to get greedy with this show. But also I feel like Star Wars is in a very sensitive spot right now, where if they don't do Obi-Wan Kenobi right and they mess up this character the way that they handled Beta Fett, we might have a problem. Like they could listen, I don't think Disney will mess this up, and I have all the faith in Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to do this right. But I swear to God, if they mess up Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
The problem is they tried to make a story for Boba Fett where there wasn't one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Obi-Wan's story exists. There is a time after, Revenge of the Sith, between them and A New Hope, he did stuff. They just didn't flesh it all out. So I am very optimistic.
Two thumbs up. Charles, what do you think?
I think that Ewan McGregor. I think that he would not come back if they did not give him something to come back to. So I feel like for him to be so enthused, the script and the story and what they're going to do with Obi-Wan had to have been something very endearing for him. Yep. And and obviously bringing back Hayden Christensen, and it's just a story that I believe that it's going to be, I think it's going to be a joy for just fans and new fans and old fans alike, and to just kind of see where because I'm sure that he's going to have to have nightmares and about the fact that Anakin was his brother, basically, and the fallout of brotherhood that they had from the Revenge of the Sith. I'm sure it's not sitting well with him. So I'm sure that they're going to deep dive into those thoughts and how he's feeling with that fallout between them two, and also with Anakin too. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out on Darth Vader's side.
Yeah, how much Darth Vader are they going to give us? Like, like information? Yeah. Like even Palpatine, like, are they going to bring him back? Are we going to get like a voiceover? Are we going to see a hologram? Like,
right?
You don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they take this.
Right. Same.
I have spoken.
I have spoken. How did I not mention I have spoken?
I got it. Get out here.
Oh God! All right. So listen, we're gonna take the next shot. We got to bring Aaron back in here because my man's been hanging in the background. My man in the chair. Aaron, we missed you, man. How you doing?
What's going on, Aaron? How's everything going?
Hi, guys.
Was you taking notes? Was you learning, or did you want to learn more about?
Yeah. What's your feedback on Star Wars?
What did you feel? I always wonder.
I feel like I'm never gonna get into Star Wars.
God,
just being honest. It's gonna be honest with you.
I mean, I had to pick like one thing to make them watch or something, like just one.
That fight.
All right, so if it's all right, so just between us three, if it's one thing we had to make him watch, that was Star Wars, just to get him into it, what would it be? I think it's
Obi-Wan. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it might not even be. I'm just talking about a scene. I'm just gonna make him watch the Rogue One Darth Vader scene, or I'm gonna make him watch the season finale of season 2 of Mandalorian. Like, I'm just gonna pick one of those and just make him watch it.
I would do Anakin. I would do Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
That's a good one.
I've seen that. I feel like I've seen that. Is that the scene where...
Oh wait, you know why you've seen it? Because TikTok, everyone redoes the scene.
Yeah, right.
You were the chosen one, right? That's that scene.
Yeah.
I have the high ground now.
I don't need to see that. It's comedy at this point.
No.
You
have to watch everything in between the words.
This is the most serious shit that we will talk about ever on this podcast. Is that whole fight? that fight, I still feel it in my bones. I feel it in
Okay.
my bones. All
We'll
right,
see.
so
Maybe
we're
I'll
gonna-
try one day.
all right, it's topic changing time.
Whoop whoop.
It's shot time. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Cheers
Cheers,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
to the wars.
Oh, my fault.
It's all good. All right, so we are going to jump right into Morbius, aka what the heck, Sony, aka more BS, aka Smorbius, aka Morbius. Let there be confusion, guys. What's going on with this movie? Aaron, you just came back to us. We need to hear from you.
Kick it
What's
off.
going on? What the heck is going on with Morbius?
Sony, why are you doing this to us?
I'm begging you, please make something make sense, Sony. Please.
Make it make sense.
If the rumored post-credit scene, which Abel, you sent me, other people have sent me,
Full spoilers.
I'm not watching it because I'm still holding out some remnants of going to see the movie for myself. Because as I've said on this podcast, if I go see this movie and it's terrible, Sony never gets $1 from me again to go see a movie in the theater. That's it. I'm done.
Unless you do Andrew Garfield correctly.
But besides the point, if this rumored post-credit scene, which I've heard of and haven't watched, is true, it makes no sense, and it takes away from any impact that the movie is going to have long term on the quote-unquote Spider-Verse of the world. To me, so it's like if all this is true, and not for nothing, but the last I checked, and I know it's not. The source, call it what it is. Rotten Tomato.
It has a freaking 16% currently. 16. It's down there with I can't even tell you what movies.
Like what movies had a 16? How bad could it have been? That's my worry. I know critics can be a little, this, that, and the other thing. So I'm still willing to maybe give it a chance and give it my own, perception. And honestly, if there's anybody who I feel bad for in this, if this movie does bomb, I feel bad for Jared Leto because
this is the second time they've done you wrong in Marvel.
Oh wait, I saw a meme. I wish I had it. It's Darth Maul holding the double-sided lightsaber, and he puts one on, and it says "worst DC movie," and he puts another one on and says "worst Marvel movie." Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad.
Oh wow!
But shit made me laugh. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue, Aaron.
I mean, I'm just saying, because Jared Leto was also he was in. What else was he in? He's Morbius. He was in Suicide Squad, right?
He was Joker.
Yeah.
He was Joker in Suicide Squad.
Gold Girl's Joker? Gold
Girl's Joker. That's the guy.
He's damaged. Leave him alone.
I mean, at this point, if I'm Jared Leto, if I get a call saying we need you to be in a superhero movie, the answer is no immediately. Like, I'm out. You couldn't pay me enough money in the world to be in another superhero movie ever again because you just keep damaging my character at this point. So, I mean, I'll leave it at that and let you guys talk, and we can go back in a circle
Nice.
if you want.
I want to hear from Chase. Chase, what's up? Morbius, talk to me. Chase, Charles.
Oh,
Jesus
Charles.
Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know me and my brother look alike.
So
You guys do look alike. In fairness.
So the fun thing about doing shots is,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
Shout out to Chase.
Shout out to Chase. I miss you.
Shout out to Chase.
That's my
Yeah,
bad.
so-
That's my bad.
All I can say is this. Sony. I'm at wit's end with what they've been doing. Venom. It's just, and I haven't seen the Carnage movie yet, so I can't really speak on the Carnage film. The Venom movie, I thought it was okay. I thought it was, the thing that made the Venom movie okay was the fact that Tom Hardy was playing the character, and I kind of enjoy the whole, mismatch, odd couple theme type of thing they were doing with him and Venom. The villain, not so much, but he made the movie for me. Carnage, I haven't seen yet. I will see it, because I do want to,
I don't either.
I do want to check it out. But I'm just Sony just, with the Morbius movie and what I'm hearing, um, I just feel like it's just one of those things where they're going to drop the ball again, and hurt our comic hearts all over again.
All over.
I don't want it to happen. I always want comic book movies to win. I really do, because
Oh,
I mean, for us to get the amount of comic book content that we've gotten, I mean, I could never think when I was 15, 14 years old that I would ever see a Disney Plus and a DC and all
Preach.
these Walking
Preach.
Dead and all these things that come from, comics. I would never think that I would see this in my lifetime. But now that we have it, it's kind of like an A. You got to keep the A. You got your grade, now you got to keep it. And we have to continue to make really good films, really good movies. And, I guess it's Daniel Espinosa is the director. Um, I know he's did Safe House, and I think he did Life, the science fiction Life movie. Um, and I'm really hoping that it's at least good. I'll take good enough. I'm not taking that this thing is going to be spectacular and it's going to blow my mind. I'm going to be, doing cartwheels after I watch it. But I at least want something good enough to say, okay, that was solid. I'll see where this goes next. But I just have a funny feeling that that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to go in with low expectations and watch it and then see where it goes from there. At this point.
All right, Wendell, hit me.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, Charles. I'm on that MJ, man. Like, I'm not expecting anything great out of this. I'm with you, Aaron. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go and see it. It's gonna be a matinee because I am not paying full price for it.
Shout out to my boy Derek, loving how much we laughing at this movie.
I
What
was
up,
gonna
Derek?
say, Derek, what up?
Yeah. So, again, had high hopes. The early trailers, I was like, all right, okay. You got them flying through the subway. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a little joke in there. I am Venom. Oh, I was like, okay, you try to be funny. I got you. Okay, you mentioned them. All right, good. This could be good. This could be good. But then the leak.
Mm.
I don't know. We discussed this earlier.
Yeah.
There's some things you'd have to do to really make this movie even palatable. You gotta give me a Spider-Man. You do. You really do. Vulture is not enough. You gotta give me a Spider-Man. I don't care which one it is, but you gotta give me one of them. Just to make him solid. I'm like, all right, cool. Morbius is a cool character, and I feel they're gonna just do him wrong. So extremely low expectations.
Derek, I have a question for you. You're saying the negativity. Have you heard about the leaked post-credit scene yet? Have you? Because if you haven't, I'll share it with you if you wanted me to spoil it for you. And it looks like dog shit. That's what I'll say. That's all I'm gonna say on it. It looks like dog shit. Any good thing that this movie does, if that's the post-credit scene, I'm gonna leave the theater and throw my popcorn at the screen.
And like I said, I always root for comic book movies to win. I want them to win, and every comic book movie doesn't have to blow my mind away. It just has to be good enough. That's it. It just has to be something where I'm like, that's cool, and continue the story. You know what I mean?
I think that people are going to start to get this gripe about us, and to a sense, talking like this, because they're going to think that we want to bash everything. Whereas I think the truth of it is that we love these characters because we're fans of superheroes, and we just want to see them done correctly, or like even just some like Charles said, I'm not expecting to go see Morbius and be maybe blown away. But if you're going to set me up with a new Sinister Six after dropping a pseudo Sinister Six in No Way Home, and now basically Sony's going to take it over and they're going to do their own version of the Sinister Six, what leads me to believe that Sony's going to be able to do it correctly? What in the past has given me any realm of hope that Sony's going to drop us a Vulture, a Venom, a Morbius, and they're going to take all these people and make a new pseudo Sinister Six, And now you're going to be able to tell me the story correctly. I don't care who your Spider-Man is. I love Toby. I love Andrew. I love Tom. But it doesn't matter which one of them you drop in there if you can't set the characters upright to have it make a real impact. Am I wrong? I mean, you tell me, guys. Am I wrong for thinking that?
No, we got a blue Electro from Sony, man.
I mean, come on. Like,
Abel, you're muted. You're very muted. I see you talking.
There's a reason I'm muted because I'm sitting here cursing about fucking Morbius.
Hello.
All right, is it my turn? Do I get
Get
to go?
him.
I'm gonna. All right.
Oh,
All right.
no,
So
you-
first
no,
of
you
all,
get him.
let's just see this. I don't think anyone is surprised the Morbius movie made by just Sony is bad. Yeah, that is correct. This is absolutely Derek. I have seen it, and I can't even be mad because I agree they need to just retire Jared Leto and this director.
thank you.
100%. Sorry, can't be given the lead on anything and expect to be good results. Yeah. So I'm not gonna like do this too often, but I came across a review today and I just have to read it. And full spoilers because this is the funniest thing ever. And Derek, maybe you can even weigh in on it because this shit's funny. Morbius is the worst Marvel superhero movie in a long, long time. Mostly inert, sometimes laughable, and the scene where someone tries to summon a cat by shaking their litter box only to assume the cat is gone when that doesn't work is the weirdest thing I have seen in years. First of all, what is that? I've never in my entire life seen someone try to summon a cat by shaking its litter box. It's like nobody who made Morbius had any idea about how a cat even works. Like the original Venom also had a terrible storyline, which whatever, he's giving his opinion about that. But Morbius's cast is doing nothing to save it, and the premise is generic. It's not fun bad, it's just bad. This is pretty much every review I see. And while like the Batman, I want to go see it and just, give my opinion then. I don't even want to see this movie.
I'm gonna drag you to see it with me.
I'm not seeing this movie. I'm not paying for it.
I'm gonna drag you to see this.
I'm not paying. I'm not paying for this movie. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. I am angry. I am sick of Sony taking my money, and I'm not giving it to them unless they are directly involved in a Marvel phase movie or something of that nature. Because I'm done. I'm done with them. I can't do it anymore. The Vulture stuff is just absolutely exhausting. I saw the scenes. I could have acted better in those scenes. Like it was just bad. It was bad. It was like someone was holding up cue cards for them and they were just reading off the cue cards and not giving a crap about the scene. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm done with Morbius already. Haven't even seen it yet. I'm shocked.
How can I have so I'm gonna pose a question, but I'm gonna say something first. If you're Sony, how can you put this movie out right after Marvel just premiered Moon Knight?
Mm-hmm.
How? They're making a better show than you've made a movie.
Yep.
I know we're gonna get into Moon Knight, but I'm just saying Marvel is so leaps and bounds, and I'm talking about the MCU when I say that. I know that Marvel, Sony, whatever, but I'm talking about a Kevin Feige directed whatever show movie. It's better than your movie, and we've seen one episode. It's better than your movie from what it sounds like.
Right. Correct.
I mean, where are we at? You know what I mean?
Here's what makes the Morbius movie even worse. It's not even the acting. It's not the no Spider-Man parts. It's not, ruining freaking Michael Keaton for me. It's the fact that No Way Home is a movie. The reason this movie is going to fail is because Sony teamed with Marvel and gave us this glorious gold. They gave us gold with this freaking Spider-Man No Way Home movie. And now we have to deal with the poop that Sony is giving us on the left. So that's what we're dealing with.
Astro's with you saying he doesn't even want to see it.
Right. And shout out to Derek because this is my job leaking into my podcast. Shout out to Yorktown Heights. What's up? I'm not gonna say the company name, but I love you. Anyway, and Mike right here. This right here. Let's all read it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Sony needs to just sell to Disney
and get it over with.
Right.
Listen, I got the perfect thing. Give up your rights to make these movies and
100%.
corner the market on just making the games.
Yes.
You can make every Marvel game going forward. I would pay for it. There you
That,
go.
That right
That's what you focus on.
there. God, that game is so freaking good.
You know that meme. I wish I had like a thing to hold up of Morbius because I would go. I would do the. This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. This is bullshit.
And this
Sony?
is a work of art.
You see this, Sony? This is marvelous. We love this. We need
keep doing that. Yeah.
I mean, we said it last week too, and I brought the games out again. Just keep doing that. Or you know what? This is gonna be my other question to you guys, because I think back on episode 0 we discussed this, and hear me out, because I will say we're gonna sit here and bash Sony, and it's well deserved, but they've done one good thing. One, they made Into the Spider-Verse, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, does anybody here disagree who saw Into the Spider-Verse? I know it's geared towards kids and it's
no
cartoon,
shot.
but
it's one of the best animation things I've ever seen.
So hear me out. We said this about the DCU on episode 0. You make phenomenal animation. Sony, why don't you just stick to making animated movies? Because Into the Spider-Verse 2 is probably going to be better than any dog shit Sinister Six that you give us. Any of them. I mean, like, what do you think? Do you think if they just stuck to if they just did animated, if Spider-Man's their property and the Sinister Six is their property that they're not going to give to Marvel and the Feige's to use, just make it all animated. Make an animated series like X-Men. Thoughts?
That would work.
Nah, literally, like, just stop doing live action at this point.
Yeah, they could just give it up.
Into the Spider-Verse 2 is probably going to be fantastic. If it's anything like the first one, it's probably going to be fantastic, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guess who's playing Spider-Man 2099? Our boy Oscar Isaac.
Let's get it.
Wait, what?
Oscar Isaac is playing Spider-Man 2099.
I didn't hear about this. Is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Mike, this game, by the way, the Wolverine game that's going to come out, made by the same company, that's going to be a big problem. That game is going to be fantastic.
I'm never going to leave my house.
that game is going to it should kill it. It's made by the same people who make these two phenomenal, right? Sony and what is it? Insomniac.
Yep.
Insomniac games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny story. I just got a text by my boy Jason, who just said Morbius is a good movie, and no, it's not. I didn't even see it yet, and no, it's not.
Stop the cat.
All right. Anyone else got any last minute things on Morbius? Are we good? Are we done talking about it?
I'm so done talking about it. I'm done.
I'm done talking about it.
All right. So we're gonna move to the next topic. Shots up. You know how this goes. Cheers.
Speaking of Oscar Isaac,
I wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. Yeah, it's Oscar Isaac time, baby. We going into Moon Knight.
Day and night. Let's go.
Be careful, DMCA strike.
We don't need that.
Oh, man. All right, so I'm gonna let Wendell take this one. Wendell's gonna start us off. Wendell, Moon Knight, episode 1. Talk to us. What are we thinking?
Oh my Jesus! Let me tell you something. I gotta turn sideways on this one for y'all. Let me tell y'all something. All right. Now, I'm into all of this. I'm into every show and every movie that I watch, from a character aspect, but I'm also looking at it from like the production aspect. Okay, what got me through this entire episode that I watched 3 times? What got me through it is just how well shot this thing is. And there are so many layers that are going to get peeled back that I am so here for it. Me in the night, it's going to work. I want to just like sleep from tonight until next Wednesday.
Yep.
So I can watch it. Right? I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go any. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to sleep till next Wednesday so I can watch Moon Knight episode 2. Okay. It's
sensational.
it is like, and it's not the thing that's getting me. It's not an origin story, right? Because
Mhm.
Moon Knight exists, right? Mark
Mhm.
Spector already exists. They're just now bringing you into it so you can start to see all the pieces. I love it. I'm here for it all day. The reflections, that's what I'm gonna tell you. The reflections throughout
Yes,
this
love it.
show, it freaks me out. Like when he was talking to the spoiler, when he's talking to the gold man and he got up to walk away, I thought he was walking away right side up. No, 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 it's upside down. The mirrors, baby. I am so for this. And uh
Mhm.
Khonshu's voice,
Dope,
absolute gold.
dope. Who's playing Khonshu? Like, do we know?
I saw his
Yeah.
name in the credit, and I didn't even think to memorize it. But his voice is amazing. Oh no, the idiots in
I-
charge. Oh my god.
The idiot's taking over again.
It's
Did
the
he just
idiot.
throw the gun? Did he just throw the gun?
When they start to explore the conversations between all of these personalities, it's gonna be golden. It's gonna be
Yep.
gold. Oscar Isaac is selling the shit out of this right now for me.
So
So
good.
I'm waiting for episode 2. As we all saw the trailer for episode 2, my man, the debonair Mr. Knight, shall show his face, and I am waiting for it to happen.
So
I'm
good.
done. Mind blown. I'm in it for the night.
Yep. Yep. All right. Charles, I feel like you got a lot to say. Talk to us.
Oh
Charles
my
is in.
gosh. Okay,
Charles
so
is in.
first off, I'm a huge Moon Knight fan, and I'm telling you, they did not disappoint. I think that Oscar Isaac did an amazing job. Um, just the fact that they went into a lot of the Egyptian lore and about all the different gods and Amit and everything that they talked and discussed. Look at Ethan Hawke in a comic book movie, and he just was talking, hey, about comic book films, and he actually did a great job, as the villain. I guess he's going to be one of the main villains in this. He did a great job. He was pretty sinister with the whole judgment thing. I'm sorry if it's spoilers. I'm sorry. Um, but there was just so many really great moments. If you are a psychological thriller fan, this is for you. The great thing about Marvel and the way that they do things is that they have a little bit of something for everybody.
Take notes, Tony.
Political thriller for Falcon Winter Soldier. Sort of like bent reality TV stuff with Vision and Scarlet Witch. Kind of Christmas story with um, with Hawkeye, So they have a little bit of something for everybody. And if you're into psychological thrillers, things that's kind of trippy, and this is definitely the show for you. And I love the costume. When he finally reveals himself as Moon Knight, I was like, oh my gosh. The guy that is doing the voice of Khonshu is F. Murray Abraham, and I think they did a movie together one time. I think back like almost 10 years ago, and they wasn't the best of friends in that movie. So it's
So
interesting that
funny.
they're kind of like reliving that same type of concept in this film. Um, but I think that the way that they handled this was just fantastic. It was funny, it was thrilling, it was really great storytelling. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the second part. I think the 6 parts, right, for this particular series.
6 episodes.
6
Yes.
episodes. Perfect.
6 episodes.
Perfect. So we know we're not going to get something that's just a filler. They're going to do exactly what they need to do with the story and just move on to, well, I guess will be Obi-Wan will be our next release, which I'm looking forward to that as well. So
May 27th, 2 episodes. What up?
that's what I'm talking
Woohoo!
about. So
Let's
Moon Knight,
Moon Knight was dope.
Moon
All right,
Knight,
I'm gonna take this because I wrote some notes. I got a lot to say.
Go for it.
So obviously Oscar Isaacs, right? The Stephen Grant, Mark Spector like difference in the way he was acting, incredible. Like him in the mirror just being like, yo, give me the body. Let me take over the suit. Like just
Mhm.
stop. What are you doing? Like, yeah. That
Mhm.
I'm in. Ethan Hawke, that creepy first scene where he's self-lacerating in his freaking shoes. Like, what are we doing here?
Mhm.
And then like him in the crowd, like pretty much killing that woman. Like, just
Mhm.
no mercy, and just the way he speaks and the way they interact with each other and the way they speak. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very good interaction. Like, I'm here for. I want to see their like relationship throughout the show just keep going, because like whatever's gonna happen is gonna be nuts between those two.
Yeah.
The music in this show, Big Pimpin'. Could we talk about that?
Oh, please.
You're just
do
gonna
it.
throw Big Pimpin' at me like out of nowhere in an Egyptian style, like like what? And
Or how
then
about some "Wake Me Up Before You
Before
Go"?
you go.
are you gonna sit there and tell me that we're gonna have a chase scene in this show and do it to Wham?
Yes,
Wham?
we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we sure are. And then we're gonna say, did he just throw the gun? Yeah, those are the things that we're gonna do. There's a weird thing going on with his mom. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm telling you, there's something there. Like, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's actually talking to his mom. I don't know if she's
She
not with
doesn't. She doesn't exist.
literally
She
that,
doesn't exist.
I'm
Or-
telling you, I got the vibe from the beginning.
or listen, maybe it's a split personality thing, and he's
Could be.
actually the mom. But who the hell knows? Like,
Oh, so
with-
he's like
with
Norman.
this
He's
show.
like Norman Bates. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's like the guy. He's like the guy in Split. Like, this is Patricia. Like that type of shit.
Interesting.
The Field of Reeds. I don't really know much about the comic, but I just heard Field of Reeds, and I just thought about, well, Reed. That's Fantastic Four. Isn't Kang kind of related to that? Isn't he technically like, I just started like making all these connections, and just give me Kang, and the fish is Mephisto. Let's just be honest. The fish is Mephisto. There has to be someone has to be Mephisto in this show. It's the fish. By the way, I didn't say this whole episode, but I'm very passionate about the woman he was supposed to go on a date on. I don't know if anyone
Okay.
saw. I don't know if anyone
I
saw that
saw it.
chick, but oh
Let me tell
my
you
god,
something.
yeah! Passionate alert, please! Like, holy moly,
Look at you
moly,
go. Look
Hey
at you
yo,
Hey,
Yo.
Hey yo.
yo! And she wanted to get steak, and my man's a vegan.
What?
That was
I'm telling
yo,
you,
yeah,
that Mark Spector is something simple. He's something.
yo, for real. I'm here for it. And oddly enough, the security in the museum called him Scotty twice. I don't know. Is that other personality in the comics? Does he have a Scott or Scotty name? I don't know the comics very well, so I don't know.
I don't.
I
I don't
know-
remember a Scotty. I don't remember a
Right,
Scotty.
something
but
to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Couple other notes. The gold statue, like I feel like that's gonna be a thing. I don't know what it's about yet, but it's gonna be something. The way they transitions when he switched from Mark to Steven. Loved the way they did it and the sound effects they used and things like that. And I'm under the impression that either in the next episode or maybe at some point we're gonna get to see the Mark Spector point of view of all that, where like we'll get the action, like where he beat up those guys, or like he was in the truck and beat up that guy, and I want the like I don't know. You guys ever see the movie Memento? Like I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
like at the end they take you through the paces of like the opposite side of that. I want that in
Right.
this show. I want to see the Mark Spector point of view of that, and then maybe lead into, okay, I just beat the crap out of this wolf. Let's and then like they take off from there, and like he beats the crap out of other people, and maybe that leads to the bus scene, whatever it is. What else? The scene where he's like, "You sound like you're from London." Like, do you remember Forgetting Sarah Marshall? It just reminded me of that. It made me laugh. It just completely made me laugh. Actually, I wanted to bring up a point here because I saw Mike bring up. So some of the CGI was iffy in some places. So the chase scene when they're playing the Wham song,
The trees.
I thought the trees, like there were some
The
scenes in
trees.
that. When Khonshu was shown in the street, like I felt like it was very forced and like not like there was just something weird about it. But like Mike said, they're gonna go back and they're probably gonna fix that. But like it was definitely like something that it was very weird to me. That was really the only thing that I saw that I was weirded out by. Whoever Layla is, she's probably going to be passionate about her. I haven't seen her yet. I don't know who she is, but she sounds sexy as hell. So we're just going to get passionate about that. The fact that Khonshu was just like making fun of Stephen Grant the entire time,
Yeah.
I'm here for that, and I want more of that. I want some of that humor.
Yeah.
But just overall, like I put this up with the first episode of Loki because I think the first episode of Loki was probably one of the better episodes that we've had in Disney Plus. I think that's up there with it. I'm not gonna say it's better, but it's definitely up there with it. 100%. Just like we're getting into some stuff right now. And I'm curious to see how they connect it to the MCU, because that's the part that I'm worried about. Like, I feel like some people are going to see this show and be like, oh, well, where's the connection? Like, how does he interact with this person or that person? So I'm wondering how they're going to do that, because at some point they're going to have to.
I'm sure they will.
Oh, they
They
have
will.
to.
They're gonna
They
have
have
to.
to. It's gonna be dope. But yeah, that's my take. And then we got Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys touched on a lot of the points that I was going to make. I was going to bring up the obviously at this point I'm kind of being nitpicky, but the CGI during the chase scene really, like, I went back and watched it and I was like, the trees looked a little, like, I was like, it's not quite as, I guess, spot on as what I'm used to seeing from Marvel, so to speak. Because like I just went back and watched Shang-Chi this past week and I was like, the CGI in that movie is so top notch. And I know that the shows and the movies, obviously different budgets, different this, that, and the other thing. So like, I totally get that. But outside of that, I mean, I thought this is coming from somebody who really doesn't know much about Moon Knight. So, for me, I haven't read a comic on him or anything, but I was telling these guys earlier in chat, I was like, I just have a feeling this guy's going to become one of my favorite characters. And I think the reason why is just because I'm really into like where this origin story is going. I really like the split personalities. I like the fact, I love how they did, I think Wendell brought this up, like whenever he passed like a puddle or a mirror or a window, there was always like the face looked a little different. Like I really like the way that they like framed those shots. I was like, Mark, like this is really cool. It's well done. You know what I mean? So like from that perspective, I was like, this is going to be really cool to like go through this journey, because I don't know exactly of his, I know he's fought some other really strong people like in Marvel and the comic books, from what I understand. Again, I haven't read them or anything, but I know that like we haven't even gotten to the point of talking about like, well, how strong is he? But I have a feeling that he's going to end up somewhere. He's going to end up fighting some strong people down the road. Maybe not in the series, because I think this is more of a like introducing you to the character and really getting to know about, even though it's not an origin story, like it still kind of is for a lot of people who again don't really know it. So I think that it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him moving forward and how big of a part he's going to be. Like there's already people talking about he's going to be like a critical part of the MCU moving forward. And I'm like, that's really interesting, because like I would be curious to see how he is going to interact with other people. So like I think that that's going to play a big role. And like I don't exactly know, like based on the and maybe like Charles, because I know you're more into the comics, that you could speak onto this. Like I don't know, is he more so considered a hero or an anti-hero, or like, because I feel like the split personality thing to me, like looking at it from an outsider's perspective, would make me think that he might actually clash with heroes somewhere down the road at some point too. So like,
yeah, originally he started out as an anti.
Okay.
And then eventually he obviously through his journey becomes more of a hero.
Mhm.
His first appearance was in the Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
When Marvel was really pushing their horror series, the Tomb of Dracula, all the Journey into Mystery and all those stuff from back in the day. And the Werewolf by Night was one of their very popular horror books, with Bill Russell was the werewolf. He turns like 18 on his 18th birthday. He gets bit by a werewolf and all this other stuff. And Moon Knight comes in as this person to take down there's this people called the Committee, these high elite individuals that hire Moon Knight to take and get and capture the Werewolf by Night. And so through that, he ends up, having second thoughts with their, real, what their real intentions were, which was really devious once they captured him. And then he turns around and he, releases him. And he also has a sister, Bill Russell, and all. So it's a big, large story. But
It's a
Moon Knight
big
was
story,
first introduced through the Werewolf by Night. That's why I think that ending part where he fights that big
I was gonna
dog
say-
or whatever, that
Right, whatever
jackal
it
or
is,
something,
yeah.
whatever it is kind of like maybe a reference to the Werewolf by Night. That's what I'm just thinking.
Right.
That they kind of threw
Right.
that in there.
Got
just
it.
for
That makes
comics.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
yeah, I was actually going to talk about that scene too, because I was going to say I really like, I went back and watched just like the last, I don't know, 5 minutes of the show like 5 times, just because I really loved how at the end in the bathroom he was just like, let us take control. Then he just like let it happen. I was like, now we're talking. Like this is what I'm talking about right here.
The cinematography in that screen where they're just like you see the sink get thrown and then
right, the sink got thrown. Yeah,
they're just
I was
building up to him beating the crap out of him. You're just like, what the hell is even this?
Right.
What are we doing?
I was worried at first that, and I think I said this to you guys too in chat, that like I was worried that maybe the lack of like violence or blood in this show might hinder it a little bit. But based on that fight scene where we actually saw him like,
punching,
I was like, okay, so they're not hindering it that much. Like they're like, call it Marvel pulling punches if you want to make it PG-13, but like that scene was plenty violent. You saw some real strikes, and I was like, all right, maybe there's not bloodshed you're seeing, but like you're seeing strikes and stuff. So it's like, I don't know.
See, I think they played it really well, because when I watched it the first time, because it was after you made the comments the day before, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of worried about that violent thing. When he was in the Alps and he blacked out and came back and he had his hand was bloody and people was on the ground.
The jaw was like,
oh, that part, that's a whole other section. But I was like, okay, so they're not going to show you what happened there, but they're going to let you know it did happen. I'm sure there's going to be an episode where Mark is in full control and you're getting all of Mark's story and all of his badassery, because he's a mercenary. He's sick with it. And when he goes in and starts getting it in, like it's going to be, I think it's going to be great.
I was gonna, so like Mike worked this comment up, and one of the things that I also love about Marvel is the fact that all the trailers that we saw leading up to Moon Knight were all from the first episode. We saw nothing. We saw nothing outside of episode 1, which to me, like when you go into a store, like to me, you go into a show or whatever, and you're like, okay, like Marvel gave us teasers, but at the same point in time, like we've scratched the surface. We don't even know what to really like. They already obviously dropped an episode 2, like, like a teaser again, but they didn't like lead it. They built up so much. The fact that you could build up so much, hype with just one episode worth of clips here and there is like, like that's really well done by Marvel, and that, like really, really well done.
Their trailers are just ridiculous. Like they can hide anything. Like think about Infinity War and Endgame, where like, he would show the gauntlet and he would have like 1 stone, and then you watch the movie and he has 4 stones.
4 stones.
I remember like Wendell, remember like when me, you, and Leo were going into the movie and we're like, yo, what do we think's gonna happen? And like I'm like, yo, he's gonna snap. I don't know how, but he's gonna snap. But like Marvel's just really good at hiding what they're doing. Like even like with like Thor Ragnarok with like the whole eye thing, like in the trailer they have him with both eyes, and then you watch the movie, he's missing an eye, like that type of stuff. Like they're just so good at that.
Which again, not to continue, like not to two things. So I'll start with this. The first thing I'll say is, when I went back and I watched some other YouTube videos on like Easter eggs and stuff that we didn't see when we were watching, and somebody mentioned that there was a Doctor Doom. Little bit, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, this could be really, really good. I don't know if I don't care if we don't get Doctor Doom until 2024. I'm still in to see little sprinkles of them here and there. You know what I mean?
Like I think back when I was watching Loki, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna bring Kang into the show. Like
Really?
they're not gonna bring Jonathan Majors into the show and make him a thing, and then an elevator door opens up and here's Jonathan Majors in my face. Like
I can't see them throwing an actual Doctor Doom at us in this series. Like not giving up. Like I can't see that, but I think that I'm gonna keep on looking for like Easter eggs here and there to see if there's like hints of him here and there. Because
when do you think he woke up?
What?
When he woke up and he was in that grassy field, where do you think he was?
Oh, I don't.
Latveria.
Was it Latveria?
Oh, maybe.
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know. That's the crazy shit. We
That's the
don't
thing.
know.
And the
those
other
whole-
thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Go. I was gonna
Nope,
say
I'm not
that
doing it.
the other thing that I was gonna say is that I no, you know what? Go because I lost it. Go.
It's okay. I just want to talk about this because we all want Blade in that show.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I want Blade everywhere.
I want Blade everywhere all the time, like forever and ever. And I wish they would bring it. Like honestly, if they just do what they did in Eternals and just give me a voiceover of Marshall Ali just saying, "Hey, Moon Knight, what's up?" Like I don't care. I will fucking
like,
take that in a heartbeat.
I don't care how many times they want to like sprinkle in Blade here and there. I don't care if you drop him in every. I've already said this to everybody here. Speaking of Blade,
If Wesley Snipes is in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I'm going to nerdgasm in the theater. I'm just letting everybody know. I'm letting everybody know that if Wesley Snipes makes a guest appearance in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I'm literally gonna start throwing popcorn and soda at people. I'm not kidding.
But as Derek said, Doctor Doom is like
one hundo.
He's the Marvel villain, right?
Mhm.
And
He
you know,
is.
you watch the Fantastic Four movies and you just see what they gave us for Doom and it hurts my soul. Like
But
we just could have done we're better than this.
We're
just
starting
better.
to hear hints of Fantastic Four and it being cast and stuff like that. So
Yes.
now to start dropping Doctor Doom Easter eggs and little niblets here and there is like such a Marvel thing to do to build up to Fantastic Four in 2 years.
Right. Listen,
Like
like I said, they put Kang, who's a major villain, in a TV show for Disney Plus.
100%.
They can just mention his name. They don't even need to
Mm-hmm.
put him in there. They could just mention his name. And honestly, I will jizz in my pants. Like that's what we're talking about here.
Well,
Like,
I remember what I was
will-
gonna say. So to Mike's point before, and the point that we brought up of Marvel does such a good job of like giving us little things here and there, and then all of a sudden like it blows out of proportion anything that you were expecting from the hints you were given. What are we gonna see in Doctor Strange?
They showed us Patrick Stewart already.
What's hiding in this movie? Who's not being shown in this movie that we're gonna see? Because they already.
much more.
When I saw Patrick Stewart's bald head, I was like, they're just dropping this in a trailer. This is in a trailer. What? Who else is? I'm telling you right now. I think everyone is gonna make an appearance in this movie. If I didn't get Hugh Jackman, if I didn't get Wesley Snipes, if I didn't get Deadpool, I would be 100% upset.
If I don't get Ben Affleck as Daredevil,
no, I don't want that. we don't want that.
Nicolas Cage is the Ghost Rider.
I've also just telling you guys, I've already heard that Deadpool's in like scene number 1. I'm
There
just
we
saying.
go. Let's go.
I've heard Deadpool's in scene number. He's just there, and you're like, oh, what up? Like, hey, Ryan Reynolds, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yo,
like, I've heard that. I'm like,
we are getting introduced to the Fantastic Four
100%.
in the Doctor Strange
Reed
movie.
Richards
There's no way we're
Reed
not.
Richards is in it. Yeah, he is.
It's just a matter. It's a matter of which actor. It's either going to
Marvel, please give me Krasinski. Give me Krasinski, please. I'm begging you. Give me Krasinski.
It's either going to be Krasinski or it's going to be the original actor from the first.
First for 2 movies. Yeah, I forgot his name.
So he's got a weird name, but
that would
that's
be fine too. But I prefer Krasinski.
No, I prefer Krasinski. I don't want that little guy.
Yep.
I think that the amount of surprises we're gonna get, and I know I didn't mean to bring this to a Doctor Strange thing, but the amount of surprises we're gonna get in this movie, I can't. This movie is what, a month away? Something like that. A little over a month.
Over a month and a bit.
Bro,
yeah.
I can't wait anymore. I can't wait for this movie.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, for the people that are in here, right before that movie, we're gonna do a top 5, bottom 5 Marvel rating, and it's gonna get ugly.
Y'all gonna be surprised of mine, but
let me tell you something.
You're gonna be surprised of mine.
We're gonna get into a fight. Because what I think is gonna happen is we're gonna be like, okay, we need to pick 5 movies on the top and bottom, and everyone's gonna disagree, and it's gonna be a war.
I'm just gonna drop a hint right now. Captain Marvel's in mine somewhere. We'll find out where.
It's obviously top 3, so let's not mince words here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna come to an end now. Thank you for joining the Man Cave 101 podcast, episode 3. Please follow us on YouTube, Facebook. We have the schedule of every Thursday at 8 p.m. where us fools come in here, drink, smoke, and talk all things nerd. And obviously, we're gonna end this with a shot. Everyone drinks up. Cheers. Everyone that stopped by, Derek, Mike, John Fish, like all the people. Sorry if I missed your names. We love you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys.
This, by the way, really think we see
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
I'm thinking he's going to show up too.
He's going to be there. I'm telling you.
Give me the
Yeah.
X-Men. Give me the Fantastic Four right
It'd be
now.
huge.
Cheers.
Holly Berry will probably show up.
Hey, yo.
Halle Berry. I feel passionate about Halle Berry.
I was going to say, I got you.
Halle Berry. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Take care. Like I said, YouTube, Facebook.
Thank you for
hit
hanging
us
out
up.
with us, guys.
We love you. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. Peace.